coming to you live from the Old Ford Tough Studio. Boomer Esiason, Greg Giannotti, it's Boomer and Gio on the Fan. Simulcast across the country on CBS Sports Network and wherever you are in the free Odyssey app. Good Monday morning. Everybody's back. This is one of the rare weeks in the summer where we are together for most of the week, at least 4 days this week. It's great to see Al back after his Montana vacation. He sounds refreshed. He looks refreshed. He is happy for the time being, so that lifts up all of our spirits. What do you say, a rising tide lifts all boats? That's the way exactly I feel right, this morning, yes. With a smiling, happy, refreshed Al Dukes. We got some baseball back, of course, over the weekend. The David Wright ceremony, the Yankees winning 2 out of 3 from the Braves, the Mets losing 2 out of 3 from the Reds, and a huge, huge series for the Yankees. They're 3 games back of the Toronto Blue Jays, playing the Toronto Blue Jays. So this is a big one. This is one of those, like, you know, now mid to late July series that really do matter when it comes to the AL East. Plenty more to get to. Football, all of it. Scottie Scheffler. Good morning, Boomer. How are you?
Yeah, good morning. I hope Scottie's fulfilled this morning.
Yeah, I know.
Because he basically ran away with it and looked like he was trying to show a little bit more emotion and a little bit more happiness after all that he was talking about last week, how it was not that fulfilling to win all these golf tournaments because you get to practice, you know, all this time and then you only get to spend like 10 minutes enjoying the fruits of your labor. But hopefully yesterday, I think he must have, or somebody must have gotten to him about the criticism that was accompanying what he was saying last week. And I know what he was trying to say, and I appreciate it. And I appreciated where he was coming from about, you know, it's not in the deepest parts of your heart that, you know, that he feels great about winning. I mean, it's everything that we never hear, I should say, from people like Michael Jordan or Tom Brady or other great athletes of their time. I mean, this guy is a very special human being. He's an incredible golfer. But, you know, the personality, like the Tiger personality's not there. The Rory personality's not there. It's just all he does is go about his business. And he's just so good at what he does that it's very, very difficult to find a comparison to this. And the only comparison that I've heard all the golf experts talk about was you got to go back to 2002 to 2005 to look at a run by a golfer that would be Tiger that is comparable to this run that Scottie's on since 2022 through now 2025.
And CBS Sports Network has the earnings last year, $63.2 million. So far this year, $19.2 million with all that he's won. And if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about or missed the press conference, Scottie Scheffler said something that I'd never really heard from any professional athlete, especially at this level, you know, where he says, sometimes I wonder why I care so much. And then, you know, you win the tournament, you got 10 minutes, and then it's moving on to the next thing. We got to do something with the kid, whatever else. But then again, like, you know, he's emotional after this one. He was crying when he won the gold medal. He was crying when he won the Masters a second. So it's like he
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, right.
It's contradicting himself.
It was just weird. I don't know. And I do think it comes a lot from how deeply religious he is and the way that he looks about how he's living his life. I think that's where some of those comments come from as well, but he still cares. It's not like he doesn't care. He was asking, I wonder why I care so much.
Well, I'll tell you why he cares so much, because he saw him pick up a little Bennett yesterday off the ground and hug him, and, you know, and how proud Bennett someday will be of his dad and how his dad will raise him. And I'm sure we'll be hearing about Bennett Scheffler in about 5 years, or if not earlier, being one of the great young golfers coming up. But I don't know. He is a tremendous athlete. He is so good. He is so dialed in. And anybody who plays golf or tries to play golf, and just watching him, you know, cut these courses in half and understand where to hit the ball and how to hit the ball, and it's just really amazing. And, you know, and for Chris Gotterup, this continues now. This is a great
Rumson Country Club, New Jersey. Let's go.
Right, third place finisher.
After winning the Scottish Open, this guy.
He won $1.1 million in this last tournament.
That is awesome.
Before that, he won over $1 million.
Incredible.
So that's a great 2-week run over there, you know, in Great Britain for Chris Gotterup. So I don't know. It's interesting to see whether or not Scottie Scheffler can keep this going. Remember, you know, Tiger could have kept it going if he didn't ruin his own life and he didn't, you know, end up injuring himself and hurting his back and then his knee and then, you know, the Thanksgiving situation with his wife and all that. I mean, who knows where he would have been.
Thanksgiving scenario with the wife.
Yeah, the Thanksgiving scenario for the wife. But who knows where he would have been. I don't know if Scottie will ever reach where Tiger ultimately ended up getting to, and he just fell short in terms of majors to Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah.
But this is going to be interesting because Scottie is a different personality than Tiger.
So, Perloff of Maggie and Perloff comes to me for golf takes.
Yes.
So he comes and he throws. I don't get. He doesn't take what I say and say on there. He asks me questions and then formulates his own opinion about it. So he's asking the Scottie Tiger thing this morning, and I was like, yeah, I can't go there yet because one, I mean, the guy was a cultural phenomenon, Tiger Woods. It's almost impossible to compare anybody to him in the game of golf. But what I think is a little more interesting and a conversation that I think needs to be had more than the Scottie Tiger thing is I remember in 2015, I'm down the hall doing shows with Brian Jones talking about how Jordan Spieth is on this trajectory of Tiger Woods, and if he keeps it going, maybe he wins as many majors, and this guy's unstoppable and unbeatable and all of this stuff, running away with it, and then he just fell off the face of the earth. And then a couple years later, here's Brooks Koepka winning majors in bunches, and I know he got another one not that long ago. He goes to live, he's worried about his back, all of this stuff. And then now he's not really in the conversation anymore. And then Rory took Rory forever to win his career Grand Slam. Phil Mickelson never got the U.S. Open. So, is Scottie going to fall into one of those guys, or is he going to get closer to Tiger than those guys?
It was funny listening to Jordan Spieth yesterday, or 2 days ago, whenever it was, talking about Scottie Scheffler, his personality, and the way he goes about things. And he wasn't being condescending or anything. It's just trying to give you a perspective of his personality. These guys, and I saw it happen to Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth burst onto the scene so quickly. Now, all of a sudden, all the corporate stuff comes. Now, all the, show up here, fly to Abu Dhabi, fly to, China, fly to Japan, playing all these one-off tournaments and get paid millions of dollars. And they end up losing their way. They end up literally not doing what got them to where they are. They stop. I'm not saying that they stop practice altogether, but they are chasing the money. They're chasing the money. I mean, Tiger Woods, was great, and he was grinding. His mom and his dad were in his back pocket. They were all over him. They protected him, and all of a sudden, he lost an edge by injuries, personal issues, more injuries, chasing the money, signing the big deals, flying around in private jets. I mean, I don't know if Scottie Scheffler has that type of personality. At least the Jordan Spieth, he doesn't. Like he says that Scottie doesn't chase all that stuff, and essentially is really is a homebody when he wants to be, and which is what he wants to be. And then he just goes out there and plays in his 4 days of his tournament, and just it's amazing how he can control the golf ball. And I don't necessarily know that he's going to be derailed like all of those guys you just talked about. I think that they were all derailed, chasing the money.
Dustin Johnson, too.
It just got too easy for him. And he got so much money, so much acclaim, so many endorsements that's why, like, to me, like thinking about Tom Brady. I mean, he took less money, had the endorsements, had the beautiful wife, but yet was still able to concentrate on what was the most, other than his children right now, the most important thing in his life, and that was to be a great quarterback. And he wasn't a great athlete. It's like Peyton Manning wasn't a great athlete, but Peyton Manning was determined to be a great quarterback. And I think Scottie Scheffler has that part in him. Like, he wants to be. I don't know if he thinks about being the greatest ever, because he's got a long way to go. And man, that's a hell of a hill to climb. But I will say he will not be distracted, doesn't seem to me, especially after listening to Jordan Spieth, about the trappings of success.
Yeah, I mean, and if you watch Full Swing and the times that he has been in the Netflix series, I mean, you see exactly that. You see him in the, first of all, he's not featured because he didn't really want to be featured. And the times that you do see him, he's sitting there doing Bible study with his buddies, before round 2 of whatever tournament it is. So, yeah, I mean, he's 29 years old. He is now one major shy of the career Grand Slam. And you feel like it's only a matter of time, whether it's next year or the year after that, it would be nice if he did it at Shinnecock.
And it would be his 30th birthday.
Really?
I think the Sunday of I think the Sunday of Shinnecock of the U.S. Open is his 30th birthday lands in there somewhere.
Wow. Well, that would be pretty good. That would be a good story.
It'd be great for us as New York golf fans to be able to see something like that at a storied golf course like Shinnecock. If he won it there, that would be truly amazing.
Yeah, it would be, of course, and it's known as one of the great U.S. Open venues, and obviously means more to us because we're here, so that would be tremendous. Now we just need him playing like this in the Ryder Cup because we need if he is dialed like this in the Ryder Cup, those smelly Europeans got no chance.
I think he will be. I really do think he will be. And it's
he's too good not to.
It's actually refreshing to see a guy that is not affected by all the other stuff out there. I don't think he pays attention to social media or any of that stuff, but I do think somebody got to him about what he was talking about. It's not all that fulfilling. It's not in the deepness of my heart, because his reaction after winning this tells me differently.
Sure.
But I don't know what he was trying to be. Maybe he was just trying to be humble or trying to frame something about the way he is on the course and the fact that he hates doing these press conferences. I saw a completely different Scottie Scheffler, yesterday after the round was over.
Well, and again, as I mentioned earlier, he has shown that emotion. Talking about fulfillment, when he's got the gold medal around his neck, and it's not like the golf gold medal was something that has been in the pantheon of golf history. It's sort of a new thing. He's sitting there, representing his country with the gold medal around his neck, crying. I mean, so he has been fulfilled, and it just didn't make. This was just a weird press conference. But I'm fine. I love the guy. We interviewed him. It was awesome meeting him, talking to him, having some laughs up at the Travelers. I'm not criticizing him, but has there ever been someone as dominant in their sport as Scottie Scheffler is a golf that's also been this boring? Because he could be the least interesting, most dominating person in this sport, in their sport, in my lifetime, at least in my lifetime. I mean, think about it. I mean, you go from each sport, the most dominant players, there's always something else about them that's really interesting. I mean, you mentioned two guys in Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Like, okay, they weren't like Ocho Cinco out there, but man, they were interesting players. Like,
and they were going head to head right at the time.
They were interesting guys. So it's like even like you think about the great golf. Obviously, Tiger, a lot of personality. Phil, a ton of personality. Seve, a ton of personality. Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer. I mean, you think about these guys. They had great personality along with their games. I can't find another comparison of someone who is this good, that much better than everybody else in his sport right now, that has been like not a needle mover.
Well, it's his personal beliefs, as Jordan Spieth was talking about, and just the way he lives his life. I think everybody would love to be able to live their life that way. Yeah. Very few people can, but he seems to be dialed in that regard. He gives his wife a ton of credit. Oh, yeah. All the time. And Meredith. And he says he always looks for her, at the end of a golf tournament if they're there. And, he's looking for Bennett, his son. So, I mean, it's a beautiful story. Let's face it. No, it is. And the fact that an American golfer right now is at the top of the charts, that's something to be very, very proud of. I mean, if you love golf and you love playing golf, watching him play golf is just, it's really it's a treat, and we should not take it for granted because it's not Tiger. Like Tiger did explosive things. Yeah. Like he was the one that when he finally hit, the PGA Tour, they were talking about Tiger-proofing golf courses. Yeah, he changed everything. That's how great he was and how far he was hitting it. And then the moments at the Masters, with the chip ins and the great putts and the putt that's hanging on the lip of the cup and it goes in. I mean, all of these crazy things, wearing red on Sundays, and the personality, the look, the muscles, going into the gym and being like an Adonis out on the golf course. I mean, people, we forget that. I mean, just how impressive and how many people he did inspire to play golf. How many minorities he decided. Yes. Well, that's the other big part of this. Yeah. I mean, that's his name being Tiger, the fact that his dad was black, his mother Asian. I mean, it was nothing like we've ever seen before. We'll never see again. So that's why when people try to make these comparisons, we can look at the numbers at the end. We can look at the trophies and the amount of majors. We could compare all of that. But, I mean, there's just never going to be anything like Tiger Woods ever again. Well, I mean, the other thing that Scottie Scheffler has said, because I'm not trying to inspire other people to play golf.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, well, you're doing it.
Well, you're doing it. I mean, I guess we all want to watch you and we all want to see you play. I mean, like, I would love to be able to say I could play like you. I can't, but watching you manipulate the ball around a golf course is pretty damn special.
And it's also interesting, too, because he's, obviously with his feet are all over the place and different things. He's like not mechanically what you would expect the best, most consistent golfer to be, and he is. Eddie gave me a decent one. He said Pete Sampras in tennis. When Pete Sampras was winning all of his majors.
Yeah, it wasn't
in
John
tennis.
McEnroe. He wasn't like Bjorn Borg. That didn't have that Ilya Nastase.
I mean, even like Federer might be another one too. Federer was
a little more personality than Sampras.
Yeah, but like Djokovic.
What about Djokovic?
He's got a ton of personality.
Yep.
So Sampras is a good one because it's also individual sport, American. Definitely boring.
And Federer made more interesting with the rivalries with Joker and with Nadal.
Right. And Sampras, it was like, what was it, Courier? What was the guy?
Courier's here. He lives here.
Does he?
I think up in Westchester, I think.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't as many. Like, who was Sampras's biggest rival? Was it Courier?
Maybe Agassi early in his career.
Yeah. There's another one, Andre Agassi. I mean, God, how much juice did that guy have? So, I mean, and I'm not knocking Scotty. I think it's awesome. And maybe that personality, as you mentioned, is what's going to carry him to be the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I'm not saying him getting in any car accidents.
Or getting arrested.
He'll just get arrested or something.
Which makes that story even more unbelievable. But that man was in an orange jumpsuit at one point in his life. Wow. All right, Boomer and Gio just getting started.
Gave him some street cred.
Yeah, no doubt. Boomer and Gio on the Fan and CBS Sports Network. Get Jerry in here. He's going to give you all the Yankees and Mets from yesterday, everything else going on in sports.